Counter-Strike makes memories. A lot of memories. So tell me, do you remember this?
Again, the first base is a Dren. He's going to hit the ground there as Cole. Oh, what? Jumping double from Cole!
What about this?
What's going on? He's got to go back. Stewie's on his own. But look at the time. Look at the time. There's 7 seconds. They've got the bomb. They're trying to build pyramids, but there's no more play. Stewie's won the round. We're going to overtime.
Or maybe even this.
Times it to perfection. And Simple sitting. No! Disaster! An absolute disaster!
Well, I'll tell you what I remember.
Well, because he knew CT was covered, so the event was Nest likely, I should say. What a shot from GuardiaN, words out of my mouth, as he nails it through the box. He is tagged up. Smoke on the bomb immediately. He's got the kit. Doesn't elect to hold on to it yet. He's got time to play with. And 2 for 2, Smoke will do.
Behind the box, he gets a shot. He goes for more. He's gonna hit it on Dennis, and now it's all about GuardiaN. Oh, he gets a shot. Oh my God! He picks up.
But GuardiaN comes back in. Oh, GuardiaN, he gets 2. There's still more to go, though. Kalmine must plant the bomb. The peaks come in, but GuardiaN will not stop. 1 more to go, and GuardiaN gets them all.
This is the story of GuardiaN. Ladislav GuardiaN Kovac was born in Slovakia in 1991. He was introduced to Counter-Strike by his brother. He began playing the original Counter-Strike 1.6 shortly after its release. With limited opportunities in 1.6 locally, he spent time competing in Source, gaining experience and early success. In 2008, he made his debut at the European Nations Championship representing Slovakia and finished in 3rd place. He competed for a range of teams in both 1.6 and Source. Even then, his style with the AWP was already defined: slow, controlled, and punishing. His first real break in CS:GO came in 2013. With a short stint on Virtus Pro, playing alongside experienced players, he began adapting to the international level. From there, more opportunities started to open up. In late 2013, GuardiaN joined Na'Vi, a team that had been one of the strongest in Counter-Strike 1.6, but was still trying to establish itself in CS:GO. At the time, the lineup lacked consistency, and his arrival helped stabilize the team. And sometimes he could decide rounds entirely on his own.
Better believe he can, not another. Surely! GuardiaN, stop it! GuardiaN shuts down 4, and the dream is real as he melts all 5!
Over the next few years, Na'Vi became a regular presence at top events, consistently reaching playoffs and staying competitive against the best teams. But more importantly, they were always in contention at the majors. They made deep runs multiple times, reaching quarterfinals, semifinals, and even back-to-back grand finals at DreamHack Cluj-Napoca 2015 and MLG Columbus 2016. It was their closest shot at a major title, but both times they fell short. Despite that, GuardiaN was performing at his peak during this period. In 2015, he was ranked 2nd in the HLTV Top 20, and he remained one of the most consistent snipers in the world. He also earned multiple MVP awards at top events, highlighting his individual impact at the highest level. Na'Vi also secured several tournament wins during this time, reinforcing their position among the top teams. But at the biggest stage, the result was always the same: close, but not enough. By 2017, after several years with Na'Vi, the team had reached its limit, and changes were starting to happen. Despite all the consistency, one thing was still missing: a major title. In August 2017, GuardiaN made one of the most talked about moves in Counter-Strike history, joining FaZe Clan, a superstar roster featuring Rain, Nico, Kerrigan, and Olafmeister. On paper, it was one of the most stacked lineups in the game, built around raw firepower and individual skill. GuardiaN stepped into the AWP role within a much faster, more aggressive system, adapting his game to fit the pace of the team.
One player has found 3 kills. GuardiaN looking to ace this one out. This could be one of the best rounds of the entire tournament.
He could be a factor because if he puts it in front of GuardiaN, how does he work back in? It's gone toward the dumpster. That means GuardiaN knows exactly where to look. Oh! He's got all 5!
And early on, the results followed. FaZe quickly became one of the strongest teams in the world. They won multiple events, with GuardiaN earning an MVP award at IEM Sydney 2018. Sadly for GuardiaN, perhaps the defining moment of his FaZe tenure came at the E-League Major Boston 2018. FaZe made it to the grand finals against underdogs Cloud9. After an overtime thriller on Inferno, with the score at 18-17 and Cloud9 just 1 round away from winning, GuardiaN clutched a 1v2 to keep FaZe in the game.
And it's Tarek, he's got higher health, but it's not perfect. Down he goes, it's GuardiaN. He's the only man standing between Cloud9 and the Major. It's going to be a double peak. There's the first one. We're going to overtime number 2.
But it wasn't enough, and FaZe lost 2-1 in one of the most dramatic and emotional finals in Counter-Strike Major history.
Oh, it's happened! They made it work! Cloud9 are your E-League Major champions!
GuardiaN's performance across the tournament was exceptional. He ended up being in the conversation for tournament MVP, but sadly, the major trophy eluded him. In late 2019, GuardiaN returned to Navi, but the landscape had changed. The team was now built around Oleksandr Simple Kostilyev, a generational talent who had taken over the main AWP role in GuardiaN's absence. Though the reunion was nostalgic and the AWP was handed back to the veteran for his second stint in the Ukrainian org, it quickly became apparent that the team dynamic had shifted. GuardiaN struggled with confidence and consistency. His reflexes were no longer razor sharp, and in a game that had become faster and more aggressive, he found himself falling behind. After a disappointing string of results, he was benched in early 2020 to make way for Ilya Perfecto Zalutsky. Short stints with Trident, Sampai, and other lesser-known squads followed. He also spent some time coaching BC Game. Then, in March 2025, GuardiaN announced his retirement from professional Counter-Strike. GuardiaN may be remembered as the best player never to win a major, but to define him by what he didn't achieve is to miss the point. He was a rock-solid sniper in an age where superstars were plenty, and victories were scarce and hard-fought. He was a constant in an era of chaos, a player who proved that greatness isn't always measured in trophies. Sometimes it's measured in the silence before a clutch, the nods of respect from your peers, and the legions of fans who remember a GuardiaN flick.